How's it going, everybody? And welcome to the newest series on the channel. This is Planet Zoo. And let me tell you, I am so excited about this game. It looks so good. It's along the same lines as like a roller coaster tycoon where we get to be in charge of a zoo. So we get to decide what animals we have, the ticket prices, the general layout, any food and beverage to be sold inside the park. But there's a twist, and the twist is any animals that we do raise in the zoo, we have the potential to release them back into the wild. So that is super, super interesting. Now, I haven't played this game before, so I don't really know what to expect. So here we go. Let's get to it. Planet Zoo. All right, welcome to Planet Zoo. Thank you for joining us. You're just a few small steps away from experiencing the world of Planet Zoo. First, we'll create an avatar of yourself to represent your amazing creations among the Planet Zoo community. Make sure to create someone your friends will recognize. Okay, let's get to it. Let's create my avatar. Looks like we got some options here. Oh, boy, are you serious? Wow. This is awesome right off the bat. Okay, so let's kind of pick our skin tone here. All right. I guess we this is our guy. Our guy's just naturally chubby. It's fine. That's fine. I'm chubby in real life too. I like that look with the baseball. Not too sure. We can have no glasses. I like the glasses. Obviously, we gotta rock the shades here. You know what I mean? So body type.
Ah,
Hoodie with the long sleeves. No, it's a zoo, baby. Let's go with the relaxed fit. There we go. Shorts. We can go sweatpants. Or the shorts and the flops, man. Let's go with the shorts and the flops. And then we have our hat, which we have that. Or, oh my gosh, dude, look at that. Look at that dome piece right there. Look at that. You know what? Let's rock that. That's super dope. Okay. Oh, you know what? We can. We can be thin or chubby. Let's keep chubby. Teen or adult. Oh, wow. This is really diving into it. You know what? Let's go teen. Let's go we're young. We're young. You know what I mean? We're not an old fuddy duddy. Let's go. This is gonna be the hotness right here. All right, so we can turn our guy around here. Look at this. Look at our guy. Dude, I love that hat, man. That thing is. I would rock that in real life. You know what I mean?
woo!
Boom. There we go. Place your avatar HQ. The HQ is where other players will see your avatar and access any zoos or blueprints you have shared. Position your avatar anywhere on the globe. You can edit your avatar HQ position later. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're somewhere up here. Okay, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Boom, right there. In the good US of A. Alright, we are here with the tutorial. Look at this entrance. I am so excited to get going on this. Whoa,
Hey,
hello.
At Hematu. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I have a habit of slipping back into the Planko language.
It's all good, my man.
It's good to finally meet you in person.
It's nice to meet you too, Bernie.
Although I insist you call me Bernie. The only
got
person who
it.
calls me Bernard is my wife. And even then, only when I've tracked elephant dung into the carpets.
Oh,
As
how
you
do you
know,
do that?
I own
How do you
several
not
zoos,
know that you
but
stepped
I
in
always
elephant
like to show
dung
people the ropes
to
here
then
at my
drag it into your
home.
house?
This is the first zoo I ever opened.
Dude,
and a
this looks
source of great
so
pride for
good.
me. And prides, thanks to a lion breeding program we ran in the 80s.
Oh my
But
gosh,
we're
this
in the
looks
middle of
so
a big
good.
renovation, and that's where you come in. Sadly, our old contractor had to retire after developing a fur allergy. Poor devil kept sneezing his dentures into the lion habitat. So,
Can't
it's
be
up to
having
you
those
to
pesky fur
finish everything
allergies in a
off.
zoo.
Don't worry, though. I'm not completely throwing you into the deep end. My head keeper, Nancy Jones, will be lending
Oh my
a
gosh,
helping
dude,
hand.
this game looks
Oh, she's a
so
hard
good.
worker, and
So
she'll
nice.
expect you to be too. But I'm sure you'll get along like a house on fire, or even better, one that isn't on fire. Less shouting that way.
Hello
Okay.
there.
from that rosy, fresh face of yours, I'm guessing you're Bernie's new hire.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Now, I hope you're ready to ditch your diploma because we're about to get really hands-on.
Let's
But
do
before
it.
we begin the real work, how about we familiarize you with the zoo by learning how to fly around it and visiting some of our beautiful animals?
Okay,
We'll
sounds
start
good.
by popping over and having a look-see at the grizzly bears in their habitat.
Okay, so here we go. That's the grizzly bears. Let's go ahead and fly in.
Did you know that grizzly
Beautiful.
bears, also known as Ursus arctos horribilis, can hibernate for up to 7 months a year?
Did
Yeah,
not
but
know
then
that.
again, given the chance, I think a lot of people would do that too.
Alrighty, let's get going
Select
here.
one of the bears and you'll bring up its information panel.
Okay, let's select you.
This is where you can find out all kinds of information about your animal. The most important thing being its overall welfare. You'll learn more about animal welfare today as we go through your objectives. But for
Sounds
now,
good.
let's enjoy this magnificent animal. Why don't you select the camera at the bottom of its information panel?
Okay. Whew. Look
See,
at
now,
that.
this is
Look
a
at this guy.
fantastic way to get a close look at your animals. You can
Oh my
also get this view of an
gosh.
animal by simply double-clicking on it.
Ooh. That is
Okay,
a
when you're
big
ready,
boy right
let's
there.
pop over to the other side of the zoo and take a look at the lions. I've marked their location for you to find.
Okay, so let's go ahead and zoom out. And let's go ahead. Where do we need to go? Where are the lions? And they're over there. Okay. And away we go. Look at this. Woo! Flying around a zoo. Why not?
Panthera leo leo, or the West African lion to you and me.
A little interesting to
Lions are the
maneuver.
most social of the big cats, and there can be as many as 40 lions in a pride. Although prides of that size are pretty rare. As
Oh,
Bernie
check
would say,
that guy out.
those lions are awesome. Which is precisely why I handle the training instead these
Ooh,
days.
baby.
Anyway, how about we get started on those objectives? Come on,
Alright.
let's head over to an empty habitat and see what needs doing there.
Settle on
As you
in.
can see, it's a lovely space for animals, but it's missing a certain something. Well,
Okay.
two somethings. Warthogs. So I'd like
Fair.
you to adopt a pair of them.
All
To
right.
adopt animals, we need to open the animal market, which is in the animal trading section.
Okay. Where is that? Looks like it's down left. Animal trading. Here we go.
There we are, a pair of perfectly splendid warthogs for our zoo. Just click on them and select Adopt from the side menu. Normally, the animal exchange would be
Adopt.
full of animals, but I've emptied out the market while you learn how it works.
Beautiful.
The
Adopt.
last thing I need is you accidentally ordering a dozen elephants. When
Alrighty.
you adopt an animal, it's automatically placed in the trade centre, where they're held until you're ready to move them into their habitat, which,
Nice.
as it happens, you are. So how about you move them into their new home?
Beautiful. Okay. Send to zoo. And we're just going to
When
send
you
it in.
ask for an animal to be moved into a habitat, your caretakers will go to the trade centre, collect your animal, and deliver them to your selected habitat. I've marked the trade centre's location, so let's go and watch the caretakers in action.
Alright, here we go. Look at this. Oh my gosh.
Well, as you can see, those caretakers don't hang about. They'll move those animals to their destination as fast as possible.
Look how fast this guy's running with
Normally,
his
we'd have to
warthog
place the
crate.
animals into quarantine before moving them into a habitat. But I am assured by a person of good standing that
My man is
these
full
warthogs
tilt
are
right
in
now
the
with that
very
warthog.
rudest of health. Right,
Alright, let's get down
the
here.
warthog's habitat finished up.
I wanna
so we
see him
can keep
unbox.
them nice and happy.
just
You
just
see,
tosses
each
it.
animal in the zoo has an
Whoa.
overall welfare statistic, basically how happy they are.
That's
and
so
that
cool.
overall welfare statistic is itself comprised of 4 different areas: nutrition, social health, habitat, and enrichment.
Amazing.
Luckily, if you select an animal, you'll bring up their animal welfare information panel,
Okay.
which we saw earlier,
Beautiful.
where you can see
Ooh.
how they're doing.
Their
That
enrichment
way,
is
you'll know
0%.
exactly
Ugh.
what areas need to be addressed. Don't worry if that's a lot to remember. You can always check the Zoopedia for more information. Let's
Alright.
start by making sure we're taking care of the warthog's nutrition welfare. To do this, we'll need to place a food station and a drinking station. Now,
Sounds good.
each animal requires a different type of feeding station. And for the warthogs, it's a small feeding trough. So let's add one of those and a water bowl.
Here is our food trough small. So let's go ahead and add one of those. Maybe right up here where all the people are so they get to see him eat. And a water bowl. Okay. Put it over here.
Animals also
Beautiful.
require stimulation to keep them happy. Let's add a lovely mud bath for the warthogs to roll around in.
Okay.
That bath will count towards their enrichment welfare, specifically their toy enrichment
Mud
welfare.
bath. Oh, this is quite large. The mud bath is a little large, huh? Boom, we'll put it dead center.
Nice work. You've got a knack for this, I see. Now, our contractor had to leave in a hurry, so this place is in a feral state.
Oh, no.
Unfinished thingamajigs and whatsits all over the shop. But the first thing we need to finish is the ostrich habitat. It's over near the hippos. Oh, before we actually start building our ostrich habitat, let's pause the game. Just click the pause button in the bottom right corner.
Okay. Pause.
That's more like it. A quick break. Sometimes it's a good idea to pause the game whilst you're doing something which requires your concentration, because it'll stop the zoo spinning out of control while you're looking the other way.
All right, that's fair.
Let's keep the game paused while we get this ostrich habitat built.
Okay.
Okay, job number 1 here is to add a habitat gate before we complete the barrier. Every habitat needs a habitat gate. After all, how else would the keepers get in and out? Just make sure it's hooked up to the path so the keepers can reach it.
Okay, so let's go. We'll go to barriers here. Looks like we got our habitat gate right there. Let's kind of swing around so we can see what we're doing. And let's put our habitat gate.
Right.
Boom.
Let's complete the perimeter barrier so we can adopt us some ostriches. I've marked out an area for you to use, so I'd like you to finish off the perimeter using the brick barrier.
Okay. Let's get a top-down view here. Beautiful. Boom. Look at us. Actually, you know what? Let's get the length here a bit higher. I want to reach all the way to that corner. Look at this.
Good
Boom!
work. Remember, before you can place
Beautiful.
animals in any habitat, it has to have a full loop of connected barrier. Now,
Makes
you've
sense.
probably noticed that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment. At least not without a stepladder. But seeing as they're banned, I'd like you to select a piece of barrier and swap out the brick for a glass barrier so the
Okay.
guests can see in.
Here's our glass barrier here, I believe. Yep, glass. Alright, let's select you.
There we go.
Boom!
Adding in more windows gives guests even more opportunities
man,
to see
that
the
is
animals in a
awesome!
habitat. It's always best to make sure the guests can get a good view into a habitat from the path they're walking on, because it makes them happy, and because this would be a pretty terrible zoo if they couldn't. The last thing we need to do is to add a donation box. You see, when guests enjoy the view of an animal, they'll make a donation.
Okay.
Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach places, like near a viewing point. Donation boxes are one of the main sources of income for the zoo, so make sure you remember
Guest
them.
facilities. Okay, here we go. Donation box there. Beautiful. Put it right there.
Now, before we adopt our ostriches, you should click the play button. After all, if the game's paused, then so are our caretakers, which will make it a bit tricky for them to deliver the ostriches, eh?
That's fair. Okay.
By
Here
the
we
way,
go.
as well as pausing the game, you can speed the game up by clicking on the fast forward button. It
I
will
think
run
we're
everything at
good.
2 times and 5 times faster.
We're
It
learning
can
the
be
game.
useful,
I don't need to go
especially if
any
you're waiting
faster
for
than what
money
we're
to
doing right now.
accumulate or for animals to be delivered to your habitat. Personally, I use it when I'm waiting for a brew to finish.
Ooh.
All right, you've finished the habitat.
brew sounds
so it's
lovely,
high time
Nancy.
we adopted those ostriches, don't you think? Let's
think
get
it's time.
4
Let's
of
go.
them in here.
4 ostriches? Okay. Go to animal trading. Let's go to, here we go. This is our animal market. And it looks like we're just going to adopt right down the line 4 ostriches, okay? Boom. They go into our animal storage. There they are. Look at all the 4 that we just adopted. And we're going to send them to
While we
the
wait for them
zoo.
to be collected by the caretakers and brought to the habitat, you should get it ready for them. Add a suitable feeding station, water station, and an appropriate food enrichment item.
Okay, let's
It's
do
often
it.
best to place things like enrichments and feeding stations near to the habitat perimeter, so guests can get a really good view of the animals.
Alright, so it looks like we're going to go into habitat. And look, they're already laid it out, so let's go ahead and get a full large food bowl. Put it right there. We'll get ourselves a small water trough. Boom, right there. And then a slow feeder. Let's put it over there. Easy. Look at that. Achievement done.
Oh,
Boom.
good to see the ostriches have somewhere they can really stretch their legs. Did you know They can actually run at 43 miles per hour? Oh, heaven forbid they ever escape. The speed camera fines alone would bankrupt us.
Oh, Bertie, you're so
Well,
funny.
Bernie certainly seems impressed. Did you do his speed camera joke?
Look at these
Time
ostriches.
we get an ostrich.
Oh,
So,
oh!
now we've made the ostriches' lives a bit better.
Amazing.
Let's do the
Okay.
same for the keepers, shall we?
All right.
To make it easier for the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut.
that.
Keeper huts are where the keepers prepare the food for animals, so they should be placed near to the habitats to make sure the keepers don't waste their time walking when they should be looking after the animals.
All right, so let's go ahead and put in a keeper hut. Looks like we got one space right here. Keeper huts are found in the facilities menu. Beautiful. Staff facilities, and we got two keeper huts we can choose. The classic or the Planet Zoo keeper hut. So for $5 more, let's
You'll
go
need
with
to
the Planet
rotate
Zoo.
the keeper hut to get it to connect up to the path.
Okay. How do we do that? Beautiful. Done.
This keeper hut only has space for one keeper.
Look at
But
that.
the larger keeper hut can allow multiple keepers to prepare food at the same time. Oh,
Beautiful.
but bear in mind that keeper huts and other staff facilities shouldn't be placed near to areas where there are lots of guests. Guests don't like seeing facility buildings, and it can affect their happiness.
Okay.
Negatively.
Oh,
in case
Nancy,
that wasn't clear.
you jest.
Something that all facilities, shops, and a whole host of other objects need is power. And that obviously includes your newly built keeper hut. So let's place a transformer next to it, shall we?
Okay, sounds good. Transformers are found in the facilities menu. All right, looks like we're going to go into utilities, and there it is, transformer.
Now, the reason everything has gone blue is because you're using the power heat map. This map allows you to see what is and what isn't powered in your zoo.
Okay.
So once you've placed your transformer, you can click in the bottom left to turn the heat map off.
Let's make sure this is all squared up, looking good to me. All right, place it
Lovely
in.
work. Now the keepers can start using the hut to prepare food, and thanks to where you've put it, they won't need to walk very far to deliver it to the
Amazing.
ostriches and hippos. Let's
Amazing.
get on
Let's
to your
go.
next objective then. Bengal tigers. We
Bengal
want to adopt
tigers.
some, but
Beautiful.
I'm afraid there's nothing ready for them yet. Head on over to the plot of land I've marked out. It's not too far away.
And we're
Righty,
there.
your next job is to build a habitat from scratch.
Let's
and concrete
go.
and glass, I expect. So go ahead and build it. Just make sure that the
Okay.
habitat includes that big hole we've dug. Oh, and don't forget to add a habitat gate to the barrier.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, and make sure the guests will be able to see the tigers.
Okay. So let's go into our barriers here. We'll do brick. Why not? We'll start it here. Just kind of work it all the way around. Boom. Look at that. Okay, so we have our wall. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and put in a glass section here. And a couple more over here. Beautiful. Maybe one more here. Okay, and now we need a habitat gate. And this should connect to the staff path. Right there.
Now,
Gorgeous.
Bernie takes safety very seriously at his zoos, so we should probably make sure those tigers can't jump out of their habitat, don't you think?
That would
The way
be
we'll do it
most
is by changing
good.
the height of the habitat's barrier.
Okay.
Okay then, you should start by double-clicking the habitat barrier, which will take you into barrier editing mode.
There we go.
Great. Now highlight the entire perimeter of the habitat. You can do that by clicking and dragging the barrier selection tool.
Is it this one? It is. Okay. Oh, look at this. Easy.
Now
Boom.
you've got all of the perimeter selected, you can increase the height of it by clicking and dragging the barrier height tool upwards. You'll want to make sure it reaches a height of at least 3.7 meters.
3.7. All right. Let's give it 3.8 just for good measure.
Now that the habitat is in place, don't forget to put down a donation box near to your viewing areas.
Okay.
We need every dollar we can get. Especially as these tigers aren't exactly eating instant noodles for lunch.
Haha, no, they're not. Okay, so let's.
Okay,
Well,
that's the
okay,
habitat
guess we
boundary
just have one to
complete, the
put down.
habitat gate in place, and most importantly, the tigers won't be able to jump out of it anymore.
Beautiful.
I think it's time we adopted those tigers.
All right, let's do it. All right, so we're gonna go into animal trading. We'll go into the animal market. Look at that. The tigers are all ready for us. We adopt. They go into animal storage, and we can send them into
Whilst
the
our
zoo.
trusty caretakers collect and deliver the tigers, let's take a look at preparing the habitat for their arrival.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll start with the basics. Add a suitable feeding station for them.
Okay, so this is where things are gonna get interesting. So let's go into habitat here. Food and water. And, okay, so it looks like we got a large food tray here. And let's put it here. Boom.
This time, instead of adding a water bowl, let's try something different.
Okay.
Some animals need a pool in their habitat so they can go for a swim, but they can also use it to drink from. All you have to do is make sure the banks of the pool have a gentle
Oh my
slope so they
gosh.
can easily get a nice, refreshing drink. There's
Look at
already
that.
a pool excavated, but you still need to fill it with water. You should do that
Yes!
by going into terrain and selecting the water tool.
Okay, so, I really wasn't listening to what she was saying. Well, check out that guy. All right. Advika, what's going on? What's going on, dude? Do you like the habitat we built for you? Okay, so let's go into terrain here. Water options, okay. And calm water. We're going to go into... Oh, look at this. Boom.
Yes, that'll do nicely. Of course, just like the warthogs and ostriches, these tigers will also need some enrichment. Why
Okay.
don't you add some suitable toy and food enrichment items into their habitat?
Beautiful. All right, so we're going to go back into habitat here. And looks like enrichment items and a frozen blood pumpkin. Ugh. And a rubbing pad. So let's go ahead and put some of these all around. Put one over there. Put one there. Over here. Maybe one over here. And a scratching post. Yeah, we'll put it there.
Okay, it's really starting to take shape.
Maybe
Now,
put one over
the
here.
tigers will need a shelter in their habitat so they can hide from the guests, or more likely, the bad weather. Although, given that we're in England, you might want to think of that just as normal weather. Go on, add a shelter to their habitat. You can either build one from various suitable bits and bobs, or if you like, just pop down the blueprint that I've already built for you.
Okay, so we're already in habitat, so let's go ahead into beds and shelters. Here's our pre-made right there. Beautiful. Let's just go ahead and rotate that guy, and we'll put it right in this corner. Why not, right? Boom. Beautiful work.
Oh, poor Dabs. I'm sure it can't have escaped your attention that the tigers look a bit miffed. That's because they aren't too keen on the type of terrain in their habitat.
Okay.
Select a tiger and bring up its information panel.
Ooh, the
Rightio.
habitat's
Click on the terrain
64%.
tab. That way you can view the terrain information and see how they
Okay.
feel about the different types of terrain. That'll tell you what the tigers need more of or
Nope.
less of in this
Wrong
habitat.
terrain tab. Okay, it's up here. Boom. Let's see here.
Okay,
All right, so
then.
they want more
Open
long
the terrain
grass,
editing
or
tool,
no? They want
select painting,
they
and
want
give
less
them some
long
more
grass
soil.
and some more
Yes,
soil.
that should help with the habitat part of their welfare.
Beautiful. Okay, so let's go into terrain here. Terrain painting options. Here we go. And they want soil. So let's go ahead and with some light soil around here. Coming out of the pond there. Oh my gosh, dude. And then maybe some heavy soil as we kind of get closer out. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful work. So we're good on soil, and then we could do short grass.
Right then. All animals need
Beautiful,
plants
look
and
at that.
trees
Look at
from their
that.
own biome or continent. You know, deserts, savannas, or Asia, Europe, that sort of thing. It looks like these tigers need a few more plants in their habitat.
Okay.
To get a perfect fit, use plants from the rainforest and temperate biomes that are native to Asia.
Beautiful. Okay.
Although if you have to, you can get away with using just one or the other. The tigers will also want a certain amount of their habitat to be covered by those plants. To find out which plants to use and how many, select a tiger and go to the Environment tab.
Okay, so we're already selected here on this tiger. We'll go to the
Now,
Environment tab.
as you can see, some of the plants currently in the habitat aren't quite right for the tiger,
Oh.
like the wattle bushes. You can remove them if you want.
Yeah, let's get those out of there. Goodbye.
You can find all of the plants
Goodbye.
you need in the nature section, and you can use the filters to only show the types of plants you want to see. In this case, that's plants from the rainforest or temperate biomes.
Okay. Oh, look at all these plants. Are you kidding me? Okay, so use these filters to get the correct content and biome for the tiger. All right, this looks like a martini glass. All right, click on the martini glass. We can go into biome, and the biome is tropical, temperate, and grassland. So there it is. Temperate, and what was it? Tropical. All right, and then we can go continent, Asia. All right, look at that. Boom, and all of this is at our disposal. Okay, beautiful. So let's go ahead. What do we want to put? Let's maybe these bamboo. Oh, yes, of course. Let's go, dude. Alright, so, let's put some of these in. Boom, they're gonna love that. Alright, what is this? Oh, some reeds. Yes, we are definitely gonna have some reeds. So we got a holly tree. Oh, look at that, isn't that nice? We'll put this into the ground. You don't want a floating tree, that would just be weird. It's coconut palm. Oh, baby, yeah. Definitely palms. Okay, so boom, one there. Maybe one over here. Oh, I am just... Dude, I love this game so far. Look at that. Dude, we made that. Okay, so... But we still need some more coverage. Maybe some elm tree. Maybe an elm tree right in the middle here. Boom. Oh, baby. Look at that.
They say that good fences make good neighbors. I guess that's doubly true when one of the neighbors is a Bengal tiger. Still, those tigers look so happy that I doubt they'd leave, even if you did poke a hole in their fence. Oh, but for heaven's sake,
Baby.
don't test that theory.
Right, let's head over to the Indian peafowls.
Oh, he's using the rubbing
I've been told
pad.
we need to improve their social welfare.
Are you kidding me? That was so dope. And here we are.
Now then, just find one of the peafowls and select them to open an information panel. Then we can have a good gander at how
look
they're
at these
doing.
things. Little
Although technically, I
peafowls.
suppose gandering would just be for geese.
Why can't I click it? There we are. Okay.
Expand their social welfare, and we can get a bit more detail.
Okay. Oh, the social group's not
Now,
doing
they've
so
clearly
well.
got plenty of space, and they're not stressed, but it looks like their social group isn't quite right. So let's find out more. Click
Okay.
on the social tab at the top of their information panel to see what's wrong.
The adult
Right.
population.
As you can see,
Okay.
the peafowls need their population to be larger. To solve this little problem, you'll need to adopt 3 more female peafowls.
3 more
Off you pop to
female
the animal market
peafowls.
then.
Okay. So animal trading, animal market, and it looks like we got our female peafowls already here. So let's adopt. All right, they go into the animal storage. There we go. We got Kira, Anaya, and Ahana. Beautiful. Here we
Good
go.
work on those peafowls. I expect they'll be delivered soon. But sadly, it sounds like our snow leopard is a bit grumpy.
Oh no.
Let's head over there and see what's wrong with her. Just like people,
there.
animals can suffer from stress if things aren't quite right. You know, like when you see someone put in the milk before the tea bag. In the case of these snow leopards, they're a bit stressed by their lack of privacy. You
Navigating's
can lower
pretty
their stress
weird, I'm
levels
not gonna
by
lie.
swapping out the normal glass barrier by their cave for one-way glass. It's not a cheap option, but I think they're worth the expense, don't you?
Yes,
This will give the snow
absolutely.
leopards somewhere to go when they want to get away from the prying eyes of the guests.
Okay. So let's click on barriers here. We got our one-way glass. Boom, one way.
Of course, when an animal isn't in
Beautiful.
its natural biome, it's probably going to be too hot or too cold. Unsurprisingly for the snow leopards, it's too hot. Even with the terrible British weather. You should help cool it down by adding some coolers to their habitat.
Sounds
but
good.
let's start by opening up the temperature heat map and having a look-see at the temperature in the leopard's habitat.
Okay. Okay, so this turns
As
on
you
the
can see,
temperature.
we already have one cooler in there. Let's pop some more down and get as much of the habitat as chilly as we can.
Okay,
Luckily
sounds
for
good.
us, this habitat already has power, but you'll need to make sure of that in the future. Just so you know, if any part of a habitat is powered, then the whole habitat will be powered.
Okay, sounds good. Heat markers, we got heaters and coolers, cooler here. Alright, so, oh wow, this thing, put one there, let's put one over here, and then put one here.
You can find heat maps for all sorts of helpful things, so do be sure to explore them and make good use of them.
Okay, sounds good. So let's
It'll
get
take a
out of
little
here.
while for the temperature to adjust once you've added coolers or heaters,
Oh
but now we've
yeah,
got the
look at
coolers
that.
in, we can address the leopard's terrain welfare. You
Okay,
see, what the leopards really want in here is snow and rock, so let's make that happen.
beautiful. Alright, so we go in here to our paint tool, we go to our terrain painting, and they want rock, so let's go ahead and give them some rock. Yes, okay, and then they want some snow, obviously, so let's go ahead and give them some snow.
Now then,
Beautiful.
all of that should give you a pretty good understanding of how to make animals happy. So I'd like you to go and check on all the other animals in the zoo and fix up any issues with their habitats.
Okay.
That'll increase the average welfare of the animals across the whole zoo. And that average welfare is a very important statistic.
Sounds good, Nancy. You can
Now,
count on
to
me.
quickly see how all your animals are doing in the zoo, you should go into zoo management and then into the animals section.
Okay. So let's go into, okay, just open zoo management to find a list of all your animals. All right, so boom, here's zoo. And
As you
here's
can
all
see,
of our animals.
this list shows you the animal's overall welfare. So if something's amiss, then you can quickly pop over to them using the locate button.
Oh.
Right, I'm off for a cuppa while you make sure all the animals are well looked after.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's go over here. We'll go to Shasmeka. Alright. Welfare's not very good. The habitat, let's see here. In the terrain. So let's go into our terrain here. What do they not like? Oh, they want some more short grass, long grass, because there's too much soil, okay? So let's go into our terrain, our paintbrush. So they want more short grass. You got, oh, hold on. Let's see what we're doing here. Short grass, you got it. Let's go into environment. Is there anything that they don't like? Oh, they don't like all of that, huh? Okay. Let's get rid of it. Okay. And now there's still too much soil. Put some more short grass in. Alright, so they are all taken care of here. Beautiful. They like that. Alright. Environment, they like that. Welfare's up. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go back into our zoo management here. These are animals. Dude, and just like that, we fixed both the zebras and the giraffes. Obi, Afia, I hope you like your new habitat. We got rid of those terrible plants you guys don't like. Alright, now let's go ahead with our tortoises. We got Emily, Amelie, Speedy, obviously, and Zahara. Okay, let's go ahead and click on Zahara. Welfare, not doing so hot. Hard shelter and enrichment. So, actually, you know what? Let's go into terrain. Hard shelter, not the greatest for them. Oh, they don't like this. They don't like these. Oh, but if you take that out, it's not really much there. Okay, so let's go into terrain. Let's fix our terrain first. They want more long grass and more sand. Okay, so terrain, long grass. Beautiful. You guys like that, don't you? Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. Okay, and they want sand, huh? Maybe just in here. Yes, just a little bit. Okay, beautiful. Okay. Now they want some hard shelter. Alright. And we need to find a rock that matches this. Let's see here. Looks like we got a match. There we go. Looks like they got some hard shelter there. Does that count? I mean, that looks pretty good to me, guys. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's see. So let's go ahead and click on them. Boom! Welfare. Doing much better. Doing much, much better. But we can make it even better with enrichment. So we need food enrichment and toy enrichment. So let's go ahead and see. There we go. We're going to go into habitats here, and we're going to go into enrichment items. Tortoise, they like some sprinklers. Boom, put them all around. 2 there. Ice balls. 1 there, 1 there. Look at this. I kind of like this colorful ball. They probably like those. What's an herb scent marker enrichment? Okay. And a fruit spike tree. Like, who doesn't want the... These people definitely want to see them eat with a fruit spike
Not bad. Not
tree.
bad at all.
Look at that. Look at that,
I think
guys.
It's fair to say that you've passed the first part of your training.
Beautiful.
With flying colours.
Well, thank you,
There's
Nancy.
still lots more to learn, but we'll have to head to another one of Bernie's zoos for that. If you want to grab your passport, we'll head off, shall we?
Okay. Look at that. We've done it.
Sounds like you've got the whole zoo purring away nicely.
Thank you very much,
purring,
Bernie.
grunting, screaming, booming. All the appropriate noises. I guess I was right to hire you, huh?
Yes, sir. I won't let you down.
Don't tell her I told you, but Nancy wasn't sure you'd even last the morning.
Whoa!
So we're happy this is working out.
Nancy,
And
come on.
Nancy owes me a foxy coffee.
Are you kidding me? Nancy just throwing shade like that at
As
us?
strange as it
I thought we were
seems,
getting along
considering we
great.
just met, when I look at you, I feel like you're the child I never had.
Oh.
After the one I did have, obviously.
Bernie,
But you see,
right here, my man.
Zookeeping's
Right here.
not for my daughter. Don't get me wrong. Emma absolutely loves animals, but she set her sights somewhat higher. Wants to save the entire planet.
Okay,
I'll
cool.
just settle for saving a couple of species. Oh, and maybe having a type of frog named after me.
The Bernie Goodwin frog. Awesome. All right, well, guys, we did the tutorial. That was awesome. I can't wait to dive even deeper into this game and actually build a zoo from scratch and design it and just curate it. Man, I am so excited for this. So, guys, I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys so much. If you like this, hit that thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. Smash that bell for notifications on the next videos. Also, just quick PSA, I do stream live on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. So if you guys want live gaming, live streaming, if that's more your speed, head on over to twitch.tv/Retroezbake, and hopefully I'll see you in one of my streams. So anyhow, guys, I am out. This is going to be amazing. I hope you're as excited as I am. Peace out, everybody, and be good.